but they never plugged her. So I can put a pipe down and hook up to a pump, and I can use that to water my yard. So I've got continuous water all the time there, Joe, and they can't do a thing about it, Roger.
Good, they should just leave it alone. It's on your property, you pay taxes, that's your water, man. Yeah, it drives me crazy, these governments here, wanting to regulate this and regulate that, and just push us around. Yeah, they wanted us to register our well there about 5 years ago. Basically told them to go screw themselves. I put, you know, the well, to drill a well here is probably about $20,000-$30,000. And then it costs money to actually, you got to put a pump down there to that drilled well's 200 feet deep. And so you have a submersible pump down in the bottom. And every time you turn on the water, well, the submersible pump is actually 220 volts. So it takes electricity to get it out. And these guys had the nerve. They wanted everybody to register their wells. So I took up that registration form and I threw it in the fireplace.
Yeah, well, that's where it belongs, mate. Because, but they get enough bloody money out of us as it is. And we're going to pay for our garbage and all that to be picked up there. And even some of the places, you've actually got to go and pay to drive in through the council gate there at the local rubbish dump. They actually charge you to dump your bloody rubbish. So no matter which way they go, Joe, they're getting bloody money out of you left, right, and centre, Roger.
Exactly, and the more you make, the more they take, and they keep giving themselves raises, and they don't do anything for us, and we got to pay for our garbage here too. It's probably like about $6 for just a regular garbage bag. So thank God where I work, I get free garbage dumps, so I just chuck it into the big compactor at work. I'm allowed one big bag a week, which definitely saves money there, QSL.
Yeah, well, back where I come from, Joe, what they do is if you drive in with a trailer or even a ute, well, they get you going a weighbridge, Joe, and they weigh your vehicle, and that's what they charge you for the amount of weight that you put in your vehicle. And once you dump it, you've got to go back on that weighbridge, and then you're going to pay for the amount of rubbish that you've actually dumped. And if you don't dump it, like if you've got stuff there what other people can use, they got a little shop there that it all goes into there, then they sell it back to other people, mate. So they're making double the amount of money, Joe.
That sounds exactly like our garbage dump, so they'll charge you per bag. But if you come in with a trailer, you got to go on the scale before you can dump anything. So they'll weigh your trailer once you drive in, give you the green light, you dump your garbage off. If you have everything that's any usable things, you put them off to the side, and they have like this little kind of a bunch of tents set up, and they sell that stuff to people. And then you drive back off the scale, and that's when they charge you, QSL.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The same thing is, Joe. So, it's unbelievable. Sometimes you think the government, all over Australia, all roped into one another, and they're all getting the same bloody idea of ripping people off, Roger.
Sounds just like Canada, man. We're in the same boat, buddy. I can't stand the government in Canada. I just absolutely hate them, so it just makes my blood boil, the things that they are doing, QSL.
And then they got to hide to everybody 3 years, somebody shit. They decide to have a local bloody council vote for all this bloody bullshit, and they send all this shit out about each candidate, and they want you to vote for them. And if you don't bloody vote, well, the government comes along and they give you up to a $500 fine. How bloody ridiculous are they?
Oh my God, that sounds like communism. We don't have it that like here yet, but I'm sure that's coming to Canada soon with the leader that we have. I call him, well, we have Mark Carney. I call him Marx Carney, commie. I call him a communist, WEF globalist. I can't stand them. They keep giving all our money away to other countries. Billions of dollars they give to other countries when they should be keeping it here and helping our own people, QSL.
Yeah, well, that's I reckon here in Australia too, Joe. We hand out all this money to all these African bloody countries and all that. But the problem is, that back in 1990, we had a Prime Minister named Bob Wood. He generated debt back then. And by 1994, no Australia will be living in poverty. Well, that's a lot of bloody bullshit. There's twice as much poverty now than there was back then, Roger.
Oh man, we're in the same boat. You know it, man. We got so much poverty here. I have never seen so much homelessness when you go to Vancouver and some of its suburbs. Under this government, it is getting worse with the drugs and the crime and the poverty, homeless people. It is quite a sad state that this country's in, and those guys just keep getting richer. These politicians keep filling their pockets while the people are getting poorer, QSL.
Yeah, well, these politicians, they can just go there to the airport, jump on a plane and fly wherever they want around the world, when they've got people in the major capital cities and that, sleeping on the streets, sleeping right in the doorways of bloody shops and all that, because they got nowhere to live. And the government's too busy flying around the bloody world, on the taxpayers' money. So why don't they spend some of that money building accommodation for the homeless and that, and trying to help them out a lot more than they are?
I agree 100%. You know, it's exactly the same stuff going on here. I see what's going on over in England. It seems to be these Commonwealth countries. You know what I mean? Like Australia, England, Canada. We got the monarchy, right? And that's, I don't know if that's part of the problem, but we definitely have, I say, corrupt people running the country. And man, and you know, we just voted this guy in March, the prime minister. I call him the crime minister. And it's only going to get worse, man. He's just screwing Canada over left and right, QSL.
Yeah, well, here in Australia, a couple of years back there, they put it through a referendum, if Australia wanted to become a republic. Well, I actually voted for that because I thought it would have been a better off, a good idea. Well, I reckon it would have been the best idea Australia would have ever done. So that way, we wouldn't have had to worry about anything what happens in the UK or anything, and we wouldn't have some stupid geriatric old fart trying to rule our country when he doesn't live in our country. He lives on the other side of the bloody world there, Roger.
Hey man, I'm on the same page, brother. I'm on the same page. I would have voted for a republic just as well. That clown on the other side of the country, on the other side of the world, King whoever he is, King Charles or whatever, you know, he has no business poking his nose in here telling us what to do. Keep his business over there. I wish we would be a republic too. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But that royal family makes so much bloody money and they do diddly squat. They're a bunch of clowns.
The royal family is full of pedophiles. Just look at that clown's brother, mate. All the shit what he's gone through, and he's allowed to walk the bloody streets because he's related to some stupid geriatric who wants to run the bloody world there, Roger.
Oh, I know. A lot of these guys are WEF members too. Like, they're globalists, World Economic Forum members, and they always meet up in Davos. But I'm sure a lot of those clowns or pedophiles, creepy people have been down to Epstein Island, I'm sure, QSL.
Yeah, well, that's like Donald Trump's been there, that's for bloody sure.
I think a lot of these guys have been there. I know the guy that's running our country has been down there because I've seen pictures of them with his what's just called Epstein's partner there. So it's all, I was all over the internet. It's like they're just a bunch of weird people running the show.
Well, that's it, I feel sorry for the poor bastard who attempted to assassinate Trump. I feel sorry for him because, he bloody missed, mate. He should have got him.
I'm sure they will probably next time. And I don't know, there's probably a crazy enough person that's probably going to maybe doing the guy that's running this country too. We have a pretty bad guy running this country, man. It's just like I say, I've never seen Canada in such, I'd say, hell in a handbag. Canada is gone to hell in a handbag. They're censoring this and censoring that and taking away more of our freedom, QSL.
Yeah, no, from there, Joe, it's just like Australia, Joe. We're something like $105 billion in debt because Australia keeps handing out the money to all these third world mates. But you turn your TV on and you've got like 20 ads after one another. All these different bloody places asking for a donation, $10 here or $5 a week here. Well, shit, instead of being worried about that, keep the money in Australia, in our own country, and look after our own people first. But that will never happen, Joe. It will never happen in my lifetime, Roger.
I agree 100%, man. It's the same, exactly the same. It sounds like exactly what you're talking about, what is going on here in Canada. They give more and more money away to these third world countries. We're billions, maybe we're $1 trillion in debt now. I don't know. There's actually a debt clock you can actually tune into on the internet, and it shows you how many millions or billions we're going into debt every single day because of these frickin' morons that keep, running us farther and farther into the ground. And they do. They give all this money away. I don't know where they get all this money. And they're talking about cutting old age pension now. Now the government's talking about cutting old age pension. They're giving all this money away. I don't know where in the hell they get it from. It doesn't grow on trees, QSL.
What they do, Joe, is the government, they do the full pension and that. Well, they give a pay rise. So they usually give them that. After they give them the pay rise, they put taxes on everything else, and everything goes up. And they take down the other end. So this year they try and get the pay rise.
It's amazing, they're giving themselves raises for screwing up the country and making things worse. Most people I talk to here, younger generation, have to have 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. You see the price of groceries these days? The price of groceries is absolutely astronomical.
Yeah, well,